Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a twist. And I am so excited to do this card. I was going to do it a little while ago, and then I didn't have the bundle. I can't remember now if I didn't have the bundle or I didn't know where I had put it. And I can't remember which, but when I intended to do it, I couldn't find the bundle anyway, so I just put it off, and now I'm going to do it today. And it's the everyday, everyday details bundle, and it is super fun, and it's also using some new, like a new card pack, so I'm excited to bring that to you. It's also the last day to sign up for my January class in the mail, so I'm going to show you that as well. And I think that's all. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So I come to you on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays, and a quick little video on Saturdays. And yeah, so today is Mimeograph Monday with a twist. Basically, it just means I'm going to case a project out of one of the current catalogs, and then I'm going to do a twist on it. So I will be doing 2 projects today, and then it's always fun. I don't ever do it to be better than the catalog. It's just fun. Sometimes you get you kind of get a little, you lose your mojo or whatever they say, or you just kind of get in a funk and you can't figure out what to make. And so I just copy from the catalog, and then it just kind of gets your imagination going. So that's basically what it is. You can get the recipes on my blog, and my blog is over here. If you go to current catalogs, click on that, it's on the top. You can open up another page, and then you'll be able to see the current catalog recipes in there. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. Close your eyes just for a second while I get my camera adjusted. Class in the mail for January. Like I said, this is the last day that you can register for this class, and you will be getting the Blueberry Bunches stamp set, the Meandering Meadows 6x6 Designer Series pack, the large check ribbon, and it's the black and the vanilla, and then you'll also be getting the iridescent foil gems. So you'll be getting those items, and you'll be making 5 projects. You also get your choice of a celebration item, and that's in the level 1 or the $50 level. So the class fee is $85. I talked about this last week or so, but like I said, you get everything I just showed you there, but it also includes the priority postage, the PDF with a private video link, and so you'll be able to make your projects along with me with a private video. So registration, like I said, has already started. I have a few left. It'll close January the 15th, and the packets will go out January the 29th. Keep in mind, this is for USA only, and I do offer the class guts basically to my team. So if you've been thinking about joining my team, now is a great time. They can get just the card guts for $25, and then they order everything on their own, right? They order, all these things on their own, get their commission, and then they're just getting basically like the card pieces. All right, so I'm going to put that aside so we can get to the card. Now, the card we're doing today is this one right here. You can see I have all my little my marks with my little Post-its when I did my catalog flip through, and I was taking requests for upcoming Mimeograph Mondays with a twist. So I have all these highlighted. But this is the card we're going to do today, and it's just simple and fun. All right, so we are using these cards and envelopes right here, and they are just gorgeous. So we need one of those. And then, so here's the stamp set. So you have the everyday details. So we're going to use the cute little nest, and it has a die that coordinates with it. So we're going to use the big circle, and I already, did that ahead of time. All right. Hang on a second. I already got this here in an envelope. All right. So let me get this out of the envelope. So look at that nice big circle. And it does all these little dots. So you have all these fun little dots everywhere. All right, so we're just going to fold this in half. And I'm going to use my blending brush. And we're going to put some blueberry bushel on this card. And what that's going to do is it's going to add some color. It's going to give me the area that I'm going to put my circle. But it almost makes this gold embossing pop even more off the card. Because see how this is like gold embossed? All right. So I'm just going to take my blending brush. And I'm just going to rub a little bit off on my glass mat. And then we're just going to come over to the card. And I'm going to rub that color in. I don't want to go all the way to the edge. I want to keep some of that just without any blue on it. But look how that goes. All right. Let's bring this over. Now, I'm going to be stamping with pecan pie. With our cute little nest, and we're going to be coloring with the watercolor pencils. So the first card, this is the catalog version, so it's fairly simple. Okay, so I'm going to clean this only because when I do my twist, I'm going to use a different ink. So I just want to make sure it's good and clean and good and dry. All right. Let's that dry a little bit. Now I want to do my greeting. And my greeting is going to be in blueberry bushel as well. So it's you make every day a little brighter. And I love this font. It's got writing and printing, and you know I love when I mix and match those. All right. So you make every day a little brighter, and we'll let that dry. Okay, and I have my little, whatchamacallit, my little chamois, and I'm going to use the same, whatchamacallit, when I do my twist, but I just don't want to get my arm in that. All right, so we're going to go over here to our cute little nest. And like I said, we're just going to use the watercolor pencils. Now, and they did tell me what they were, and it's the olive, blue, and the pecan. So then we know, I know what they use, so it makes it a little bit easier. All right, so I'm just simply going to color. Now, they didn't use any blending pen. They just colored it simply with the pencils. So I'm just putting some color in our nest here. And then I'm going to go over around the eggs. So it's going to be just a little bit darker around the eggs area. Okay, so right in here, I'm just gonna use the same pencil. I'm just gonna go a little heavier when I'm coloring it, and then you'll get that shadow in there that those eggs would be causing, and it's also deeper in there, right? This nest is deeper where those eggs are. And then every once in a while, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to press a little harder, just so I have a couple different colors on my nest. And that's simply all we're doing. All right, then we have the olive, and we're just going to color in some of the leaves. So this is a great card for a beginner stamper, because it's just very simple coloring. And to me, it just reminds me of in school, right? We have our pencils or our crayons, and we just colored. All right, so now the blue is going to be the egg. So I'm just going to color my egg, and I'm just doing a light touch. I want there to be color on the egg, but I don't want it to be just totally blue. And then just like I did the nest, I'm just going to push a little harder around that edge there so that it's just a little bit darker around there where it's inside the basket a little more. So same thing here, start up light, and then we'll just add a little bit more around that edge. Same thing here. So just a light touch with the pencil. And then just push a little harder. So they're very easy to color with. All right, so there's our cute little nest. I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. Let me get some over here. Now the bling that they have on their list, I didn't have that bling, but I had another one that was similar, so I just chose those because they were a different kind of sequin, adhesive sequins. So I'm just using what I had. All right, so we're going to put our little nest on here. And when I did the twist, I didn't change it tons and tons and tons. I just made it more my style. Okay, so you make every day a little brighter. I want to take my glue dots, and I'm going to put a couple on this side where it's going to rest on top of that circle. And then I'm going to take a dimensional on this side, like that. And then we simply put that on there. Now these little strips, I have a whole bunch on my desk. So I just keep these strips. And these are when I trim cardstock down to make it like a 4 by 5 1/4 or whatever. I always have little strips, so I just keep them on my desk, and it was perfect for the little greeting there. All right, so here is the bling that I chose because I didn't have what they used, but it still looks super cute. All right, so we're just going to use my pick tool here, and we're just going to, let me look at the card here, plop some of these blings around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so there is the catalog version. What do you think? Super cute, super easy, right? But I love the look of that blue around there on that gold envelope. All right, so let me set this one aside. So for my twist, I kept it very similar. So I'm still using these beautiful cards. I loved the look of that blue on, you know, the card, so I kept that the same. Sometimes I really change things, and then sometimes I just change it a little bit. Okay, so again, we're just going to rub that on just to add that little bit of blue just around the edges of the card. And if you wanted these cards to go even further, you could cut them in half, right? And put them on something else because that design goes all the way around. All right, let me do my greeting again, just like I did before. this time, I'm going to color my eggs, my nest, with the Stampin' Blends. I want a little bit more color going on. All right, let me wipe this up. And then I've just been using a Kleenex just to dry that. It dries pretty quick, but just so I don't have to wait on it. All right. Make sure my hands are clean. All right, so we have our little circle. I kept the circle the same. I love all those little dots all the way around it. It is a really fun die. All right, so since I'm going to color with the blends, I'm going to use my Memento. And this is why I washed that stamp as well, because I was going to use a different color. All right, so put our little nest in our circle there. And I'm just going to let it dry a bit. So let's see here. I'm going to let that dry. While it's drying, I want to show you a couple new kits. So tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, I'm not sure which kit I'm going to use. So I'm either going to do the new Panda Friends. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. So I'm either going to do the Panda Friends kit or the Rock Legend kit. So either one. So I'm going to do one for my Teach Me Tuesdays, and then I'm going to do the other one for my Dies Shorts on Friday. So you're going to see both of them this week. I just haven't decided which one I'm going to do for my Teach Me Tuesdays. All right, so here is the fun. I think I've left it long enough for it to dry. All right, so before we color, before we get all the eggs and stuff colored, I want to put a little bit of a shadow around, look at that. I'll put that little piece of paper there and the little piece of paper there. And now you don't see my lights. All right. I don't even know if it bothers you or not, but okay. So we have, this is my light balmy blue. So I wanted to make it have like there's a sky back there. So I'm just going to use my balmy blue, and I'm just going to go around and add a little bit of color here and there around my nest twigs. Balmy blue is a really, really pretty blue. Plus, I find that it shows up on the camera a little bit better. All right, so here we have just that little blue around. All right, I'm also going to do the same colors. So I did pecan pie, just like I used pecan in the pencil. So we'll go light pecan in our on our nest. So this is just a light, and I'm going to go all the way around, just like before. But I am going to do some twigs on the outside, give them a little bit of color. And then we'll do the same thing with the dark pecan that we did with the pencil, where I just pushed harder with the pencil. Well, with the blends, I'm just going to use the dark one. So this is the light one. So just go in there like that. Okay. So I am off in the chat. If you have any questions, I'm off to the chat during the live premiere. So if you have any questions, let me know. I should be, most of the time when I watch, I'm at home on my computer. So if you need me to look anything up, I can. I'm not for sure. I'm picking up my best friend from high school. She was my best friend from high school. She even stood up with me at my wedding. And I haven't seen her in over like 30 years, so she is in town. So Jeff and I are going to pick her up in Phoenix, and she's going to stay a couple days. So depending on traffic, I could be watching from my phone, but I'll let you know if I am. All right, so I'm just putting, this is just that the dark pecan. And I'm doing the same thing around the eggs. So it's dark in there. There's that big hole, you know, where the eggs are. All right, now my eggs, this time I'm going to add a few different little colors to them, because with the blends I have a little more control about mixing my colors. So I'm going to do my light gray granite, and I'm just going to put a little light gray granite, and I'm just basically using the little lines that they have drawn on there. Then I'm going to take my light pool party, and I'm going to go right over the gray granite, and it's going to soften that a little bit, but you're going to see it subtly underneath. I'm leaving a little white edge so they're not all the way colored in. And that was pool party. Did I tell you that? And then I'm going to take my dark pool party, and I'm going to go over, but not as much. So it's just going to be a little darker. So they almost look like a robin egg. And let me lift that up if you can see, just because it doesn't never look the same on the camera as it does in real life. All right, and just like I used the olive before in the pencil, I'm going to use the olive again in the blend. So I'm going to do my light olive on the little leaves, and a little bit on the branches there, so there's, you know, some grass sticking out. And then we'll do the dark. So I'll just put a little bit here and there, not too much, because the dark old olive is pretty dark, and these leaves are little. So all right, so there is our cute little eggs. I'm going to put it on the card just like I did before with some whatchamacallit, dimensionals. And I'm getting down to the end of this dimensional, so don't waste them. So I'm just going to cut and use my dimensionals. These are just popping it up. It doesn't matter what shape they are underneath there. So hopefully you do the same thing with yours. Okay, let's bring our card over. Okay, put our cute little nest down. Bring our greeting over. So I'm going to put that on just like I did before with the little glue dots. And the dimensional. And then just pop that on top of there. And then I'll do my blings. You make every day a little brighter. Super cute. My blings, I'm going to choose the blue ones this time. So I've got they're like a bluish green, but they kind of change color, right? Like sometimes they're green, sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're light blue, sometimes they're dark blue. Just depends on how the light catches them. And I'm going to put them, instead of putting them on here, I'm going to put them on the card itself this time. So around the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So an odd number is more pleasing to the eye than even. So there is that one. So this is my twist. And then this one is, so they're not much different at all, I don't think. I mean, it's the same card. I just basically colored them differently. But I love how they turned out. Super cute. So let me know what you think. All right, let me say, see you later, alligator. All right, cool. So, so yeah, I'm glad I finally got to do that card. I've had these really, really pretty gold flowered cards for a while. I want to try to color. I just dropped one on the floor. I want to try to color them with my blends. But when I do that, I will definitely cut it in half because that blend will bleed through. And then, so I'll be able to make 2 cards out of this one. So I'll have to do that. You know, maybe I'll do that next week. How's that for my Teach Me Tuesdays? I'll have to remember. I'll have to write it down. My memory is horrible. All right, so I'm going to say see you later. I will see you tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, and I'll do one of those kits that I showed you. Probably the panda one. I think I'm going to do the panda one first. All right, so I'm going to say see you later. I will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye for now.